Hi everybody, it's Esther Herbert. I'm in for another video visit. I want to get right to the topic today because I think it's one that anyone with bipolar can relate to in some form or fashion. Even if you lean toward the depressive side of bipolar, mania will play a part and it can wreak havoc in your life. Mania is defined as that euphoric feeling, that joy, overabundance of joy, too much joy. You're just over the top with your emotions and you're thinking that there's nothing that you can't do. And that can be dangerous because along with mania, there comes other symptoms, that pressurized speech, like you're like, I just want to say something, but I can't because I can't think fast enough to get it from my head to my mouth. Then there are those racing thoughts, and there are thoughts that come in so fast and so furious that you can't even pick one to think on, let alone comment on. So conversation is extremely difficult. Mania for me personally, as some of you already know this portion of my story, but I had a manic break back in the year 2000 that helped diagnose me with bipolar. But what happened was that I had such an experience that it just shook me to my core. What happened was I was at work, I was enjoying my day. I had had a few lead-up clues that I wasn't doing well and that there was something wrong, but those I ignored. So I ended up in my boss's office. I shut her door, I locked her door, I put my feet up on her desk, and I thought, hey, I am boss for the day. And people were concerned. There were no keys to get into her office. They were locked with me in her area. So here people started pounding on the doors and saying, Esther, Esther, please open the door. They were calling. I was acting like I was boss, saying, Kathy, hi, how can I help you? And I was not in my right mind. I don't recollect too much from that day, but I do know that as I went through that experience, there was nothing that was left of my mind. They had to call the authorities. They had the police come, the fire truck came. They couldn't do anything else but knock on the door, and I still wouldn't answer. So what happened after that is that they broke in the door and they came and got me. They handcuffed me. They led me out of this place of employment and into a waiting ambulance to take me to the local hospital, Markham Stouffville Hospital. In that ambulance, I honestly thought that I was in a Learjet and I was off to meet the Queen. And that will tell you how much of a break that I had. Now, when I did get to the hospital, I was so high, so manic, that they started giving me relaxers, clonazepam type of things. And the nurse that was on duty that night had been a nurse for 20 years. And she said to me much later that she had never given so many of those pills to any patient in her lifetime of service. And they just kept going and going and going because I was just so high. I had a friend visit me in the hospital and I leapt, jumped, and she's like almost 6 feet tall, and just slapped her on the back of her black leather jacket and said, so good to see you. And I just was gone. I had a break with reality. I had lost my mind in this mania that happened, that was unchecked, unmedicated, everything, and it left me unhinged. And so I know how dangerous it can be. It can have people that are thinking they can fly off of bridges and they can, steal anything and have no consequence and, have sex with people and without even thinking about it. So there is many things associated with mania, and that's why I wanted to talk to you today. It's like I am medicated now and it is under wraps and it is under control. But I do know that obviously you can't live right in the middle of, depression and mania completely 100%, so you do lean towards that back and forth for the rest of your life. And I know that I'm not trying to be discouraging, but you'll need to stick with your program, whatever it might be, because mania is hurtful. Mania lost me, my self-respect for a while. I had to build my confidence back up. I had to piece together my mind. I had to go back to work to prove that I could do that. All kinds of things came into play because of that snap with mania. So I just wanted to tell you that yours may be different, but we still have the same disorder, and we still have to battle and manage and take care of it. And what I suggest is that I put a person at work, my boss back at the time, Chantel, I asked her to watch and to see if there's times when I'm a little bit on Fridays, for instance, when everybody's in a good mood, I feed off that, my mania goes up. It's like I needed her to kind of watch to see if there was any times when I might be just going closer to that edge. At home, my best friend, Anna, I've asked her, of course, to do the same. And she knows Fridays is a big day, and I'll come home very, very, very excited. But we watch it together. So you have somebody that you're accountable with. Helps immensely. And like I said, stick to your exercise, your medication, your doctor visits, your blood work, reading up on your disorder, talking about it with those close to you, and together we can manage bipolar, even the mania. Okay? So remember, your mental health is so important, so are you, and God bless you. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.